CCP expert.
CCP expert.
Yeah, CCP expert with
Nice.
this. His name is Paul Doran, and I think he worked as a corporate risk advisor and manager in 25 years. He evaluating the risk for high net worth individuals and NGOs, corporates, and etc. etc.
Yep.
And he has advanced degree, he has so many certifications and international risk company, worked in London and foreign intelligence in UK, national security with US, consultant business he has a consultant business of his own right now that's based in London, UK, to do assessments for people from different nations, mainly from China, Russia, North Korea, Cuba, Venezuela.
Yep. And Iran.
And Iran, yes. So he worked as in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in China, right? And throughout this time, when the work period in China, his phone got hacked or got taken away, right? They looked through his emails.
By the government?
Yeah,
by
CCP.
By the CCP.
Yes.
So he testified in court saying that he was fully aware that his phone's tapped, emails, all his communications, everything was being essentially hawked, surveillance, while he was out there.
His
working.
apartment is being, I don't know, he didn't say broke
he
into.
said, yep, his place has gone broken into and everything else. So it just really goes to show you, like, this is a serious matter.
Right. And then there are people coming and ask him, do you want to be a spy for us?
Yeah, the MSS actually tried recruiting him to become a spy to work for the MSS, to work for the CCP, and he's like, no.
And a lot of his clients are on Operation Foxhound list. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was brought up more than a couple times today.
Yeah, and he explains that what does the Republic of China means, and then the history of China, the history of PLA, the Liberation Army, the history, CCP. What it do is to dominate all social, economic, cultural sectors. Within China. So he was showing a list of people, like Minister of Public Security, put a picture out there. Minister of the State Security, Chen Yixing, picture out there. Xi Jinping's picture has been put on in the court today. And he was explaining what the 3 PLA is, and the things they do, like a cyber warfare, cyber espionage, cyber subversion. And then, he was explaining the tactics of CCP, what they do, to control, eliminate the threats in China and overseas. And then she was showing who operates this. And then they all listen to the order of Xi Jinping. Right. And there's so many other details, things about bank account being frozen, and also for the distance overseas. That's on the list.
That's a good one.
Yes,
that's a beautiful one.
So the seized assets of distance overseas, the bank account frozen. Their difficulty to open bank accounts, to maintain a bank account. Okay, they tell the bank. So the CCP tell the bank that the people have high risk. Like, for example, Mr. Miles Guo, right, has high risk. So it's easy for the bank to dismiss this bank account, to close the bank account, then investigate further into why and what's the context of it, and why they're high risk. It's easier for them to shut it down, right?
Right.
This is what happened with Miles.
Like, for example, somebody can just, if they issue a red notice on somebody, or if they have a hit piece on all the Chinese platforms, like articles and whatnot, it doesn't matter if it's true or if it's a lie. It matters that if there's too much noise, that's the pressure that they can now exert on these international, global banks, to essentially freeze, close, or.
And it's been proven with Morgan Stanley, with the people working in the bank, and from the government side, they already came and said, we read stuff, and then this is why we one of the reasons why we closed the bank accounts.
Right, and just to recap what Feder was saying, there was a witness on the prosecution side who have testified that some of the press, some of the stuff they were reading in the media actually influenced her decision to advise against closing some of the accounts relating to the G series, and also I believe there was another one working at BitGo to stop working for the Humiliating Exchange because of some of the information that he uncovered on social media, which is
the CCP would try to abuse the system that US has,
right?
And then to that this is how they do, and then this is what leads to the main arguments, okay? And it was asked, so have you heard of Miles, right? Have you heard of Miles Guo? And then he never seen him today. He never seen him before today, but he's heard of him, and then he said, from my professional knowledge, Miles Guo is the public enemy number one. He would be on top of the list of the Operation Fox Hunt of the CCP.
Yeah.
Okay? And because he exposed corruptions, it's embarrassing for Xi Jinping. It's intolerable, right? He promotes freedom, and then on social medias, and he talks about it. And then there's even music video talking about, free the Mongolians and all that. So he's representing all the things that Xi Jinping doesn't like, hates, and then he wants to get rid of it, right? This makes him the top enemy. So, and it was asked, for your clients to seek to reduce the risk for them, okay, and families in terms of like the hostile situation and result of being on the Operation Fox Hunt list, what do you suggest them to do? Okay, he would advise them to hold multiple cell phones, okay, like Miles Guo, because to prevent one cell phone getting hacked, and you have other ones, right?
Right, and I think that speaks to some of the evidences they have collected where they saw multiple cell phones, and we see the reason given, right? Because of the CCP surveillance.
Yes, and then have a lot of multiple online profiles, identities, right? Different names, different email address. Financial bank account have multiple financial bank accounts, like those bank accounts we've been shown to the court by the government, saying those are transfers from three different bank accounts, account to accounts, and harden your physical location. So, like if you're a target to kidnap you, that you better to have CCTV, access control, bodyguards, all of that to help you, because this is the way to reduce the risk.
Speaking of retaliation, a great question asked of the witness was, does the CCP target people outside of China? And the answer was yes. And sorry, give me 1 second. So yes, he says yes. The undeclared MSS agents would travel abroad to threaten the dissidents. It doesn't matter if you're Asian; it could be any ethnicity. They'll threaten you to. If you are like Chinese, for example, they will threaten you to, fly back to China, and all kinds of different things.
Apply
they do.
pressures, all kinds of pressures.
Right, and they're undeclared. They're not gonna go through the airport and say, hey, I'm an MSS agent. So there's a lot of that going on. And then another question is, what is U.S. doing about Operation Fox Hunt? Very interesting. Okay, and here's the answer. The answer is transnational repression program. So the U.S. has a program called Transnational Repression Program, where it was created to protect, U.S. citizens or any dissidents that do speak out and go up against the Operation Fox Hunt. So it's super interesting. Learn something new today.
Protect them from the CCP activities. But when we was asked, I don't know if we have more time, but we talked about. We can wrap up on this final thought. Right. We talked about also, the people who lobbying Trump administration back in time to extradite Miles back to China. And this is the people that were paid by the CCP, and then they're bribed to lobby the administration. And those people, they keep the government trying to keep asking, but the U.S. did stop them from making this move, from sending him back, right? But then he said he's so close to getting on the plane.